finite number of pieces, and you can't just move it. You can't just let it out a little bit more. The lights have to sit over the seats. The ventilators have to sit over the seats. The gas masks have to come down. You can't just move seats.
What happened there?
¿Qué tal? Yo soy Teresa Garza. Nos encontramos, más bien estamos a punto de comenzar un viaje de mucha emoción porque ya sale el DVD de Non-Stop. Y me encuentro con David. Hi, David.
Hi, how are you?
Do you need something? I'm a flight attendant.
I'm okay, but thank you.
Okay, but we need the interview. That's a fact.
Let's do that. Let's do that.
Let's do that.
Let's do that.
Tell me about your experience. I love the movie, really.
Oh, good. Thank you. Tell me about my experience with the movie.
Yeah.
I think it was a very challenging, unique, you know, the kind of movie you don't get to do every day, the kind of thing you get to build that you don't get to build every day. It was very fast-paced.
The rear galley and the space behind the last row of seats in main cabin and the center wall, there's probably room to put one more row in there, but from the very beginning of the first script I read, there's a fight with 6 people that happened there.
What was one of the things that you enjoyed the most during this flight?
One of the things I enjoyed the most, I liked learning what I learned about how to build the thing, and I liked learning about the technology necessary to build the aircraft itself. I mean, we used a lot of things that I'd never used before. You know, 3D modeling, going into 3D printing and tooling and all of these technologies that are really, you know, becoming more and more prominent.
You can't do it in a little teeny space. So I had to find ways that both looked real and were natural for a way that you would move around the aircraft, but had room to be able to do the action.
Please!
Can you explain us about this?
I mean, I think the most challenging thing is that you don't have a lot of the luxuries that you have with building normal scenery. You know, when you build a living room set and the bathroom set backs up a little too tightly on it, you can just move a wall over a few inches and it's not a big deal. But an airplane is a puzzle that's put together with a finite number of pieces, and you can't just move it. You can't just let it out a little bit more. The lights have to sit over the seats. The ventilators have to sit over the seats. The gas masks have to come down. You can't just move seats 6 inches all of a sudden because you have to.
That's what I was going to ask you.
You know.
How do you handle the space? Because, you know, it's very difficult, I'm assuming, with a camera to be like moving from one place to another one if you're supposed to be sitting in the same place.
I mean, it's really, for Jaume and the camera department, that was a real challenge, I'm sure. I mean, for us, it was just from the art department, and, you know, and Alec Hammond, who was the designer who had built one before, you know, it's still no less challenging because all the pieces are connected. And if you move a seat that's all the way down there, all the way back there, just a few inches in the design process, well, that seat's going to move.
That's
itself
pretty
or
interesting.
more,
So you were able to move the seats a little bit.
We were able to move them and deal with them as we would. They weren't locked in the way they are in a real airplane. They were screwed down, but we had the ability to kind of cheat a little bit. But what I mean is still that there's an order inside the airplane, you know, and you can't just like add 10 rows because suddenly you need more people. It's a finite space is what I mean, you know. So
Did you have fun?
Yes, I did. It was very challenging. It was very nervous-making at some points, but I did have fun in the end.
How was it to work with Liam Neeson?
Hey, Liam, I saw him like 1 or 2 times just coming through. Other than
Did he say hi?
He did say hi. He seemed like a very nice man, but I don't generally see a lot of actors or things like that. It's very unglamorous, I'm afraid.
But thank you very much.
Hey, no problem.
I really enjoyed the flight, and we're gonna get the DVD.
Of course.
Muchas gracias por acompañarnos durante este viaje.
Really help us sell what's happening because he just brings such an intensity to that stuff.
It's not too bad, right? For a 61-year-old man.
Próximamente sale el DVD y el Blu-ray de Non-Stop. Teresa Garza, checalamovie.net. Thank you.
Thank you.